This is just a follow up to the last video. I'm going to continuously make videos. I got, right now, my targeting seems like it's becoming more and more idiotic, and so I'm going to continuously make sure that I make sure that they see themselves for what they are. Target individuals we are pushed to think in this illogical way. It's gaslighting. It's making you believe that this makes sense when it's obviously nonsensical. They have people who have no shame to be this shameful. They have no shame to be this idiotic. And so, as as slowly, I guess, decaying, I feel like I need to say what I need to say, and to understand that I'm so thankful that I didn't have to live this retardation. I'm listening to people in the hallway trying to make me believe that this prove this point that I am this pedophile when in reality these people are truly pedophiles. And matter of fact, I could say a word or a name of a person that they will run away from. And in the last video, I talked about this sad thing that they try to turn into something sexual. This picture. Let me bring up this picture again. This is what you see when you know that this is the saddest part. You see this right here. This article is about the death of this young person. She was a miss of a country in Rwanda, in East Africa. Um, Let me see. This was a person in Africa who died. Was Miss Africa, not Miss Africa, a Miss in East Africa. She was killed during a genocide in East Africa, and the article shows this. Right, you see her picture with wearing this thing on what Miss wear, and the other picture where it's her, but she looks much younger. So I'm not even sure. So the issue when I looked at it, they started like making me think about because this is how things are going in my brain. It's like, oh, why is she in this picture, right? And I'm like, is this her right before she got killed, or is this picture of her when she was younger, right? To me, she looks younger, right? But I don't know. She looks younger. I would give her if I saw this. I would think this is like a 15-year-old kid. That's what I would think. But if this picture is on here, right next to her, that probably, I mean, that could be that that's just her right before she died. That was one of the last pictures. Now I don't know, and truly, it's not even important. It's sad to see such a young person being killed. These people are like, you see, you want, and matter of fact, the truth is they're not even cranking up the stimulation. They just do a little bit. They try to give me a little bit of stimulation. It's a little, I feel a little something that they make me feel. But I can see if I looked at her, I was like, oh, this is a kid for sure. But the doubt of that is just okay. Why are they showing her this picture? Is it the last picture, that one of the few pictures that she had available there to show her as she's another person who died in this genocide? And they'll try to do this back forth. It's like, you'll pay, whatever. And they really, and I'm on a call, and they'll really say that, oh, you suffer for that. Are you in it? Like, and this is a person who died 30 years ago, almost 30, 29 years. This is it's a sad thing that they try to turn into something sexual. And they're like, that's not fair. It is fair because as you guys are filled with pedophiles, I'm here trying to be forced to accept this nonsensicalness about this picture and this woman, young woman, very young because she happens she was the miss of of the country in East Africa. So who died as a miss of that country in the 90s, early 90s, 94. And looking at this picture, they were like, okay, what is that her picture when she was younger? Or is that the picture when she just right before she got killed, the one of the last pictures? And I'm looking at her, it's like she looks younger. So if she looks younger, she looks young. She looks young, really young. Like I mean, like 15 years old. But I don't know if that's because she looked that young when she died. Oh, this picture was old. You see, and this is how the trust like, oh, younger, huh? She's younger, huh? I mean, oh, she looks young, and they say that in a sense like I just said something that makes no sense. She she looks young, huh? You hear these people like, is it not is it not obvious how manipulative these people this thing is? Do you think I'm gonna subscribe to this? Of course, I have no interest in that. That's so sad. Do you think I would look at her as like, oh my gosh, especially here, like, oh my gosh, wow, so sad. This is so sad. This young person was killed, probably horribly. Who knows what else will happen to it in a genocide? And you want me to be like, oh my, like like that would it would not even make sense to me. But they are trying to create this BS. It's so sad. In my mind, they're like, oh, would you? No, of course not. This is she looks to me like a kid. She looks like a child here, but I don't know if she this is an old picture right before she like before she became a miss, or is like when she got killed. But she looks really young, and when I mean really young, I mean 15. And you hear these people slamming that castrate. They have no shame. Well, these people are filled with pedos. They're like, oh, they're gonna rape you. That makes too much sense. They're gonna rape you. Look at that. Would you be very young? Young. Okay. Sure. Castrate. Suffer. You burn. Because this is just proof again. So you are surrounded by people who have no shame, but they have shame on the sword. They don't want to be seen, huh? Because when I say this out loud, and they slam the doors, and it's like suffer. It's like, look at that. Of course, it makes sense. You're gonna get raped because this is too much sense. You say she looks young. Higher, like she looks like a 15-year-old here. But to be a miss, obviously, you have to be an adult. Does it mean that she looked like a 15-year-old when she was a miss? Or does it mean that this picture was taken before she was a miss? Do you understand the illogicalness? And they're really in their minds like, oh, we dared. It just makes too much sense. They have no shame. They have no shame. In my head, they're trying to like create this way of trying to think of her of maybe it's like, oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. Try to make me look at her in different way. Maybe it's like those young. And this is how they do these things. They manipulate me to make me look at this kid, or what looks like a kid or young lady. Yo, so sad. In this terrible way. And try to make me subscribe to it. Now they're giving me stimulations. It's so sad. This kid that, well, this mister died. This young person, regardless of, so I have to be strong, right? As these people really go into the repetition, they want to make sense on this. They really want to make them believe this thing. They to them, they're like it's just too much. This is how much they have rewired their logic. This is how much they have to play along to go with it. This is how almost they have to make them themselves, and I'm sorry to use that word, but almost retarded to get you to accept these things. Is this picture is it her when she's and they give me stimulation now. Now they added stimulation and created some new version and try to make me imagine different version. Yo, so innocent, so such a kid, and try to give me stimulation. Oh, they're giving me all kind of things and making me. And right now they try to match it, which is horrible because what they try to do is like make me imagine of like a person from that country who looks young but who's maybe like 19 years old. It's so sad. They're doing whatever possible to get a reaction of this in a weird sexual or interested way. And said, no, we just matched it because they know this thing is nonsensical. They want you, and they're like, no, we believe you. No, no, no. No, 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 no. They believe it. They believe this nonsensical. He wants this person who died in 94. He doesn't find it sad at all. He's interested in her. He looked at her and said, "Oh my gosh, she wants her." This poor girl who died in a genocide, who probably died a brutal death. Oh no, he wants that. They have no shame. They are trash and they are low lives. And you get also the perps come in all shape and forms, huh? And they really want you to like believe in this nonsensicalness. You are interested in this. So sad. In this person who died in '94 when she was the miss of this country. And it's not stop. They slam the door and we'll be watching you die. We'll watch you. Now with me, I'm gonna make sure that when you do these things to me, right, as target individual, the perps really wants to live in this reality they've created, where they try to make sense of the manipulations they have. You know, whatever young this person is in this picture, I would not be like, oh my gosh, how old you? I would be like, this is sad. This person died so young. Look at her. She looked like a baby. She died. Now they're like, oh, you want? Oh, yeah. Oh, she 18 in this picture. She's 15 in this picture, and try to create this different perception. Try to make me okay. She looked like a little bit. Like, what the heck? This is nonsensical. She looked like a kid, and it's a sad story. And now they try to create the different version of perception. This is so sad, and it's somebody who died 29 years ago in a genocide. And it's like, no, they are. It's proof. I'm here to make sure that they never leave this fantasy. You're gonna have to dumb yourself down. You will not be normal when you do these things. You will be the most illogical person. I wanted to use another word. Another the most illogical, nonsensical person. And when you tell yourself they'll watch the kill, they'll watch this, see that, see that, see that we matched with what? It's like they're gonna disarm you, they're gonna cut your arm. Do you understand? They're gonna torture you, you're gonna suffer. So that's proof that this makes sense. They will want to compensate for the illogicalness of this whole thing. I'd rather die in all kind of torture than having to live the life of these bottom feeders, this trash, filled with pedophiles while they're here. Create different version and illogicalness to see is she like, is it an older picture of her? Is it trying to really do this back and forth? Is it when she was just miss, or is it when she was younger? She was a kid. It's so sad. And they're giving it's so is this is the things I have to deal with. And as they remind me that the pain is going to be painful to stop me from saying these things, or when they have created perception when she looked like maybe a 18 who looked like a 50, like this different perceptions. They're like, oh, it will hurt because this picture looks like when she is the picture she took before she died, before they killed her. I will not let them live the fantasy. I will hurt and then die, but thank God I didn't live the life, try to cover up reality and create these fantasies and nonsensical quote unquote research, when in reality you just manipulate people into this nonsensicalness when you guys are filled with pedophiles and torture women and children. These people are delusional. They're like, they're ready to torture you. Let's go. Because damn, you've shown how much proof you have. Look, look, this young person who died in the 90s. You see, you want that trash. You want that poor person that gets killed in horrible ways. They have no shame.